Hey everyone, this is Borvak. I got another Ramble review for you today, this time covering The Flash, number 46. Uh, all his pasts remembered. We've got a picture of Wally West. I like this art a lot, and he's running past a whole bunch of pictures of uh, theoretically different points in the different timelines of the different universes he's been a part of. So this is a direct follow-up, I believe, or it's a direct lead into the Flash Wars, I guess. So it follows up after kind of the hinting that was going on in the Flash Annual #1, I believe I covered recently. So we'll go ahead and jump right in. It starts out with Hunter Zolomon, who is a Flash villain, talking about how he's lived a life of tragedy, and that's when he found Wally West. The two of them became friends. They bonded over Wally West's. I don't know if they has Wally West been through a lot of tragedy. I don't know. I don't know if they bonded over tragedy or if they just bonded. But then Wally West let him down, and so he became Zoom in order to fight Wally. And he says he wanted to fight against Wally to make him a better hero, which is interesting. He basically thought that by causing Wally enough pain, Wally would realize that he had to go back back in time to change things. And when he went back in time and changed things, it would make things better for Hunter Zolomon as well. But as you can see now, he's locked up in a prison and he's in a wheelchair. Um, so I guess I didn't know this about Zoom. Apparently, Zoom is more of a Wally West villain than, whereas Eobard Thawne is more of a Barry Allen villain. I wonder if we'll see Zoom Hunter Zolomon in the Flash TV show. Have we yet? I don't know. If we haven't, we should. That would be cool. I'm not completely up to date. But he's sitting there thinking, and boom, someone breaks into the prison cell, and it is none other than Eobard Thawne, of whom we were just speaking. And this is the road to the Flash War. So he says, "Hey, Hunter, you were telling me about something before. Let's talk about it." Meanwhile, Zatanna, it looks like, Martian Manhunter, and whoever this Green Lantern is, Jessica Cruz, I think. They're all saying, "Hey, we don't know what's going on with Wally West." So they're running some tests. They're not, but Cyborg is going to run some tests on Wally West, and Cyborg is actually basically changing versions and timelines before his very eyes. And Wally just says, "I've had enough of these tests," and he runs away. Or no. Does he run away? I guess he just walks away. Iris is like, "Hey Barry, he needs some time," and Barry's like, "Yeah, well, I need some time too. Apparently, I need to figure this out." Oh, by the way, I just noticed this ad for the Selena Kyle Bruce Wayne marriage. Got this nice realistic rendering, this nice um, Nightwing keychain on the keyring. It's got a nice little lobster clasp. You can't live without those. Those are awesome. I have each of my set of keys connected to a different lobster clasp and all connected to a central key ring. It's amazing. You can break off the keys that you want and just clip them back on when you're done. Go get these. I got a whole bucket of them because they're so useful. They're hard to find in actual stores though, so I had to buy them online anyway. I think that's cool. I almost want that keychain key ring, or keychain pendant. I don't think I need anything more on my key ring, but that's really cool. So again, Barry Allen ran away, and he's going to run to the Bat Cave. He's talking to Alfred, saying basically, how does Batman do it? How does he send his sidekicks, the people he's training, how does he send them out into danger? How does he stand that? How does he just turn that part of himself off and not worry about them? And Alfred says, he does worry about them. He doesn't turn it off. All fathers feel that way. All father figures feel that way. So Barry Allen's like, "I have enough of this." He destroys Batman's computer screen, which apparently, we'll see a picture here. later on. Apparently, Batman uses an old CRT, old projection screen. Look at how that shatters. Yeah, and see, look how thick it is behind. You can see deep into it. That's a projector screen, I'm pretty sure. Interesting projection screen. Yeah. So Alfred calms Barry down, and Barry's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll put the oh, I like this part. Barry Allen's like pacing back and forth, but he's pacing using the speed force, so he's just a blur of nervous pacing. That's hilarious. And Barry Allen's like, okay, I'm sorry, I broke Batman's computer, and he goes and he fixes it in super speed. I'm not sure what he does. I don't not like just putting all the pieces of glass together again isn't gonna fix it. But maybe if he like can melt them back together with speed force, speed heat or something, and if he didn't damage any of the internal components, just the glass screen, and he fixes it perfectly, I guess that would work. And Alfred appreciates it. He says, most people around here don't clean up after themselves. I appreciate it. And he says, you have no idea how many batarangs I pick up daily. So I'm sure that's true. So I'm really excited for No Justice, by the way. They've subliminally implanted this suggestion in my head so many times. Every single book I've read, I picked this up today. It's on my pull list. I'm super excited about it, so we'll cover that later. So we'll skip forward just a little bit. Hunter Zolomon and Eobard Thawne are talking. Hunter Zolomon is basically saying, we have to help the Flashes become better heroes. We have to help them experience tragedy. We have to make them better, because when they become better people, we'll become better too. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work out. Basically, he makes the Flashes better, and then they basically fix their problems, I guess. He's still hoping that the Flash will go back in the past and fix his mistakes, or not even his mistakes, just the tragedy that he's experienced. But Zoom, no. Eobard is like, nah, Zoom, I ain't got time for this. I'm going to do my own thing. And he runs off. He's like, you're wrong. Barry Allen and Wally West, they'll always disappoint you, just like they disappointed me. And you can't make them better. You can't change them. All you can do is punish them for being who they are. Which is interesting. That sounds like an Eobard Thawne thing. If we get Hunter Zolomon in the CW Flash series, I want to see him interacting with Eobard Thawne. That would be interesting. Either the Tom Cavanaugh version or the other guy who plays him, I think does a good job too. Who plays him in like his original body instead of in his Dr. Wells body, right? Either way, either actor is great. I'd like to see either of them interact with whoever's going to play Hunter Zolomon if he hasn't yet. So we'll skip forward a bit. Actually, Hunter Zolomon is talking about how actually he wouldn't dare tell it to Eobard Thawne, but Eobard Thawne actually reminds him of Wally West, just of his impulsiveness and his need to run just to get things out of his system. And just talking about, which that fades into Wally West is actually talking about when he doesn't know what to do, he goes and like basically goes through time, I think, maybe just through space, and revisits all the important places in his past of tragedy and triumph. And also, I think it looked like he goes through time to visit. It goes back in time to revisit everything, to kind of just center himself, the moment of his creation, and then big moments where things happen in his life, just kind of relive them and recenter himself. So I guess he is like Zoom in just his need to run when he gets frustrated. And then here he is. He's in the Flash Museum after hours, just reliving everything. And Barry Allen is saying, Barry Allen shows up and he's like, hey, how can I help you? You're going through a lot. And Wally's like, I just wanted to tell you, I come here to the Flash Museum. I've always done it, even back when you were dead, before you came back. I always came back here, and it gave me strength. It helped me figure out what I needed to do next. And look at that sincere expression on his face. I also love that Barry Allen zooming in, just almost standing still, just whoop, and he's there. Look at that. So he comes to the Flash Museum whenever he needs to figure out what to do. And the Flash is like, what Flash Museum? So this is another one of those things like where Cyborg was kind of appearing in different iterations, different versions of himself in front of Wally West. Wally West is remembering or experiencing the Flash Museum as it exists in a different reality. And look at that reaction. Oh my goodness, he is so shocked. He does not know what's going on. And so just like Hunter Zolomon said about Eobard Thawne and about Wally, Wally needs to. I need to check out this Dark Prince Charming thing. That looks interesting. But Wally just needs to run, and so Barry Allen and Wally are gonna go run together, and that's gonna help him cool off and sort things out in his head, come to terms with things. We've only got like a couple of pages left. Basically. Hunter Zolomon. Well, what happened when Eobard Thawne ran away and said, "Hunter, I ain't got time for this no more." Oh, he breaks a computer screen too. But what happens? Eobard Thawne runs off and he goes into a few issues, several issues, I guess, maybe a few issues back in the Flash. I didn't cover this one. I didn't read it either. I just know from the Flash Annual #1. He goes and he captures Iris. And again, to basically punish, as he said, punish Barry Allen for not being who he should be, for disappointing Zoom and Eobard Thawne. What is he? Zoom and Reverse Flash. Okay, yeah. For disappointing both of them. For Eobard Thawne's all about himself. Punish Barry Allen for disappointing him. And then Iris actually shot him in the face with a dark hole cannon, black hole cannon, yeah. And so he died. And so Hunter Zolomon blames himself for Eobard's passing. He says, he was the one guy who understood the same that I do what tragedy is like. And so we could connect on that level. And now he's gone because I didn't stop him. But he was right, he says. You can't change the Flash, either one of them, and so instead, if they're not going to go down the road I want to take them, the road to being a better hero, I'm going to take them down the road to war, and the Flash War is going to be the next issue, is going to be the start of that arc. So I don't know what he thinks would make Flash a better hero. Again, I think either way, if Zolomon is going to make you a better hero versus if he's going to punish you, I'm not sure if there's much of a difference. He's going to make you experience tragedy to become a better hero. He's going to make you experience tragedy to punish you. It's the same either way. But he's got bad designs on both Flashes. And yeah, but it's an interesting story. It's an interesting lead up. It had some interesting aspects to it. Did I tell you it was interesting? But I like this book. I'll give it a recommend. Again, I like the interactions between Barry and Wally, and I think the flow of the story is very good. Eobard or Hunter Zolomon talking about how about Thawne and Wally are kind of the same in some ways, and just the transitions between the different parts of the stories are amazing. So I recommend this. I like it. Let me know what you think. Did you pick this up? Are you looking forward to the Flash War? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.